Feeling stressed out? There are things that you can change or modify within your environment to help you decrease that rumination or feelings of stress or just to overall boost well-being. And environment is one of the core areas of integrative wellness. So this is something that I feel pretty strongly about in terms of we should pay attention to what is in our environment contributing to our levels of stress. And, there are multiple articles and studies that have been published on the way that modifying our environment can actually decrease our rumination. So there's lots of different ideas out there, and some of them are pretty simple and easy to implement. One of them is to have pictures or to look at pictures of nature before you experience a stressful event. So if you know something is going to cause you some stress, try looking at pretty pictures of nature. I know it sounds pretty silly, but it actually works. And researchers have found that if you do this before a stressful event, what happens is by looking at those pictures, your body is better able to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. That's the one that helps to decrease the stress that comes from the sympathetic nervous system activation. So it's pretty cool. There's some good research on that. And if you don't necessarily have a book of nature, there are other things you can do to just benefit from this general sense. You could, incorporate some pictures of nature within your home decor. And that sort of just forces you to see images of nature. Or you can open the window covering. So like this window behind me, I like to leave it open so that I can periodically glance away from my computer and look at the tree or the plants or the flowers, or sometimes I see a little bunny hopping on the gravel, and that can boost my well-being as well. So those are some simple techniques. If you live within a more urban setting, so maybe you don't have a tree and gravel outside your window, that's okay. You can try to choose a place. Now, this might be a long-term solution, but choose a place, apartment complex, that has some natural green spaces. There's some research that shows that simply having those spaces around your home, even if you can't necessarily see it from your window, can help to boost well-being and have a better mental perspective, which is huge when it comes to reducing our stress. Another thing we can do is take a walk in nature. This can be done whether you live in a beautiful surrounding or you have to drive to it, but being very more purposeful about getting your exercise or movement in a natural space, like a green space, maybe a park, or maybe you can go to the mountains and hike, whatever it is. It's, the more you can surround yourself by the beauty of nature, the more you can decrease your rumination. So you don't get as caught up in that mental chatter or those mental loops that cause quite a bit of stress and anxiety. Another thing you can try is listening to some natural soundscapes. So think about background noise that maybe has birds chirping or rain falling or a bubbling creek. Those types of things can actually decrease our stress, that can increase our focus. So it gives us the ability to pay attention. And a lot of us feel stressed by how distracted we are all the time. So this is a simple way to help with that. And then the last thing is try maintaining some houseplants that you tend to in your home periodically. So I like this ponytail palm behind me. It sits in my windowsill. I think they're a very fun houseplant, kind of look like Fraggle Rock to me, but I'm dating myself there. But by having houseplants and actually spending some time taking care of them, we know from research that this can decrease our stress levels. And this happens through decreasing the sympathetic nervous system activity. So that's the one that gets us, sort of fired up and ready to go. It can help to decrease that simply by having houseplants in your home. So those are 5 simple ways in which you can modify your environment in order to decrease rumination, decrease stress, and boost well-being. It doesn't have to feel overwhelming. There are simple things we can do to improve our health and to build our resilience. If this type of information resonates with you and you'd like more of it, consider signing up for Take 5. It's my monthly newsletter where I share simple science-based solutions for a calmer, healthier life. In the meantime, see if you can take a look around your environment. See if there are some simple things you can do to decrease your stress simply by modifying it a little bit or spending some more time outside.